Hello students, today we are starting chapter 4 in the Scarlet Letter. When we left off on the end of chapter 3, Dr. Chillingworth had made Hester promise not to tell anybody that he is her husband. Chapter 4, titled Pearl. The day finally came when Hester's prison term ended. The prison door was thrown open. Hester, carrying her little child, stepped out into the bright sunshine. It was a beautiful day, the sort of day that makes people happy to be alive. Although Hester was indeed glad to be free of prison, she was not free from the sickness in her heart. To her, it seemed as if the sun's only purpose was to shine on the scarlet letter on her dress. Now that she had served her time in prison, Hester was free to go where she pleased. She could have gone back to England or anywhere else, but in her heart she did not feel free. She felt that she must remain in Boston and continue to wear the scarlet letter. She believed that she had not yet finished paying for her sin. Hester got permission from the judges to move into a little cottage on the edge of town. The house sat by a lonely bluff overlooking the sea. Here she lived with her child, little Pearl. To earn a living, Hester did needlework for the women in town. Before long, word of her skill spread, and her work was in demand. People paid her to sew decorations on their scarves, capes, and gloves, but no one ever asked her to work on a white bridal veil. Hester had no friends. Although she was kind to others, people were often cruel to her. People would point to her in the street. Children would call her names and run after her. When she went to church, the pastor would make her the topic of the sermon. Because she had nobody to help take care of little Pearl, Hester and her child were never apart. Hester had named the child Pearl as a jewel of great price. Pearl had cost Hester a great deal indeed. Still, the baby was her only treasure. One day, Hester was bending over Pearl's cradle. The baby looked up and noticed the gold on the letter A. She put up her little hand and grabbed the letter, laughing. The scarlet letter thus became the first object that Pearl had ever noticed. As Pearl grew, she never made friends among the other children. She was just as much an outcast among the Puritans as her mother. Pearl seemed to sense that the adults did not want her to play with their children, so she saw them as enemies. She never tried to speak to the other children. If they ever gathered around her, she would chase them and throw stones at them. Pearl enjoyed playing among the pine trees at home. She imagined the trees were Puritans, and she laughed at them. The ugly weeds in the garden became Puritan children, whom she struck down. She sounds like a pleasant child, doesn't she? Wow. Pearl was growing into a beautiful and intelligent little girl. She had a wild spirit and a love of mischief, and Hester could not control her. One day, Pearl invented a new game. She gathered up a bunch of wildflowers, and then she began throwing flowers at the scarlet letter on her mother's dress. Laughing, Pearl danced up and down like a little devil. She had a strange look in her eyes that frightened Hester. "Child, what are you?" cried the mother. "Oh, I am your little Pearl," answered the child, laughing. "You are not my child. You are no Pearl of mine," said Pearl, half playfully, half sadly. "Tell me then, what are you and who sent you here?" "You tell me, mother," said the child seriously. She came up to Hester and pressed herself close to her knees. "Do tell me." "Why, the Heavenly Father sent you," answered Hester. Pearl reached up and touched the scarlet letter with a small fingertip. "No, he did not send me," the little girl cried. "I have no Heavenly Father." "Hush, Pearl, you must not talk like this," said the mother. "He sent us all into the world, even me, your mother. If he did not send you, then from where did you come?" Tell me," repeated Pearl, no longer serious. She was laughing and rolling on the floor. "It is you who must tell me." Hester thought for a long time, but could not give her daughter an answer. She did not know the answer to that question. That was a short chapter. Go ahead and answer the questions that go along with chapter 4. If you're not sure of an answer, check back in the text. If you still need help, send me an email. Stay safe.